let's get into the man of the hour. A young man that lives in South Carolina. Called me up. I was going on the stage to do a talk in front of 25,000 people in Charlotte, North Carolina, several years ago, and said, "Look, I want to join ACN on your team, and I want to get started. I understand, this young man was almost, let's say this, he was an SVP in our old company compared to what we have today, and he was out there having built a big organization, and you know what? He vowed to build another one this way in ACN. Also loves Porsches. His favorite group is, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. A Coldplay, and his lovely wife. They love to travel and watch Coldplay play live at different stadiums. Without further ado, from South Carolina, from Summersville, South Carolina, the one and only, the great Mr. Curtis Evans.
All right, we're really happy to have everybody on today. We're going to try to make this short and sweet. We are at a really pivotal time in the world. I mean, I think most of us would agree that the world is not going back to where it was. Okay, we can all agree that it's not going to springboard back to where it was. And the reason is because we, the Earth, planet Earth, had a pandemic. It ran from one side of the planet to the other side, shut down businesses. Everybody had to stay home for a while. We can go to conventions. It's changed. War started just a few months ago. Things are changing. So if you think that everything's going to go back to where it was, wherever that was in 1960 or 1953 or whatever it was, 1989, that's not going to happen. Okay, and people are looking for a different way to create income. They have learned from their teachers and professors to get a very, very good job, education. You get very, very good education, learn something, and then go to work for somebody. And I want you to stay there for 50 years. Okay, don't move. Try not to leave that job and get another one. And if you do that early so you can stay at one job and retire. Well, that model didn't work. And that's why you see so many, even young people today that saw their parents who followed that theorem, they saw their parents do that. And they don't like the situation their parents are in. And then, so you see the world has changed. A generation of people, primarily not raised by their parents, they're primarily raised by somebody else, are growing up and they just don't like what they see. And so they're looking, they just don't know what we do. And it doesn't make sense. They don't know what we do. So it's our job to get to these people and share the opportunity with them. So we're sharing the opportunity with people, okay? Now, some of them will be like me. They never heard of it before. There'll be a guy by the name of Isaiah Sistrunk who worked for me, and he was aggravating me like crazy to go to a meeting. Back then, he was asking me to go to a Zoom meeting. He asked me to get off from work, and before I went home and changed clothes to go to another meeting, he said, "Don't do that. Come to a meeting with me and 6 or 7 other people." So I got to it took me 3 months to get me there. And I got to this meeting, and I was really shocked at what I saw. But the thing that shocked me wasn't right. I knew that thing wouldn't work because they were talking about people that could make $5 and $10, $15 and $20,000 a month. That didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. And anyway, how could the company afford to pay everybody that much money? How? And so I didn't pay much attention. About a year later, I saw an article in the Wall Street Journal that this network marketing company had exploded. And they were doing real well. People were doing very, very well. So I called him, couldn't get him. I called the guy that did the meeting, couldn't get him because he was on vacation. And Sunday night he called me, he said, "You left a message on my phone." And I said, "Yeah, I want to sign up for that thing." He said, "What thing?" And I said, "The Excel opportunity." And he said, "Okay, well, meet me down in the office." I went down there and signed up with him, and he put me under the guy that originally sent me. That was how we did network marketing. Now, let me tell you what we did. We had to get on the road and travel. Every night we were somewhere. So Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. So when you run into a network marketing professional, a lot of them don't want to do it no more because they were coming home at 11, 12 o'clock at night and had to get up for work the next day. And so you'll see people that used to do it, did very well, but Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, they were gone, and Saturday, they're probably gone too. And so now I found out there's another way to make money besides what the teachers had taught me and what the professors had taught me. There was another way. Now, here's the thing. We have a great company, been around a long time, been paying checks every week for 28 years. We have a company that pays a residual check every month, big checks, little checks, all kind of checks every month. That's a residual check. But let's not fool ourselves. We're not in the electricity business. I never got a contract with the electricity company. I'm not in the phone business. I'm not in the internet business. I'm not in the home security business. It's kind of weird. I'm not in the business. Everyone on this call, let's see how many we got, 64 people, all 64. Everybody on this call, you're in the people business. You're in the people business. If you may get yourself confused, and yes, you are marketing products for ACN and other companies, but you got to get really, really good at helping people. You got to be a servant leader with people. It's people that we are working with. And so when you sign someone up into the business, they're signing up not with ACN, they're signing up with you. Okay? They trust you and they're signing up with you. So in the people business, we got to learn to listen to people. We got to do what Sam Foster does, go get names and numbers. We have to be able to listen to their concerns, that frustrated look on their face, or maybe that happy look on their face, and say, I need people like you in my business, and peak them, okay? Our job is to peak a lot of people. Now, sometimes some people talk too much. So most people talk too much. So when you peak them, try to do all you can to get their name and number and get them to a Zoom call, okay? Or get your upline, whoever's in your system, to say one word to them so they'll know it's just not you, okay? Sometimes they think it's just you. And they don't know if thousands of people at ACN, they don't know what all that stuff. So what we try to do is we try to show them a 1-minute video and then just to move them along. So we just got to move them along. So we try to do that if they have time. But if they're at work, we don't have time to do that. But if you got a second to ask them, will you watch this 1-minute video? They watch it. They're interested. Yes. But we're in the people business. Let me show you how I started one of the largest groups in my old business. I had a girl that I was looking at. I knew her husband, and they separated. I think over time they separated. Her name was Sandra Brown. His name was Shib Brown Jr. He was a junior. And I went to see Shib. He wasn't interested. He said, my wife might be ex-wife. So I went to see her. She worked at a school district. She said, Curtis, I've been in 2 or 3 of these things and I never made any money. And I asked her the same question. Did you go to the training class? That's why I ask everybody, no matter what they're in, did you go to training? And they always tell me the same thing. No, I never went. It's just like people going to the gym. They pay the gym membership. They just never go to the gym. Okay. I don't know what that's about. They got a library card. They never went to the library. I mean, this is something people do. In the old business that I was in, Steve Smith used to say, I wish someone would write me a letter and tell me I quit. I quit this company. And now I'm going to go look for another something to start up so I can quit that too. Okay. He used to say that all the time. He used to say, I wish someone would write me a letter. They write a letter about everything under the sun. But he said, I wish somebody would just call me and say, I quit. And I'm going to find something else to start up so I can quit that too. Okay, because some people, that's just what they do. Now, I'm not talking to quitters on this phone here today, on this Zoom call. We're all leaders. We're people that are going to get something done. So I want to make sure that you're not looking at this wrong. You're not in the internet business, okay? You don't know about how fast speeds or how fast the gas gets through the line, how fast electricity goes through the line, how deep is the telephone cables. You don't need to know all that. It's too much information. We have a lot of products. So this is what I'd like you to do. Pick 1 or 2 that you like and work those for your personal customers, okay? The 1 or 2 that you know a little bit about, you like those. Mine is home security services, right? I love the home security service. It stays around for a long, long time. And I like electricity and gas. They stay around for a long, long time. Now I do all of them. Those are the 2 that I probably would try to help someone get onto the network. Outside of that, the business I'm in is people. So now what you're constantly doing is sorting. If you think you're going to sign up everybody under the sun, well, by now you know you're not. And there is a pretty good chance that you don't know a SVP. There's a pretty good chance. Now I want you to think about this way. You probably don't know a SVP. You probably don't know RVP. Okay? Just put that in the back of your mind. Now, the reason I want you to have that in the back of your mind is so now you can go talk to people. Greg Provenzano told us when Al got us in to see him in Charlotte, and he said the reason a lot of people don't do well in the business is they think they got to take their cousin to SVP. They think they got to take their brother to SVP. They won't show it to their brother because or their uncle or their cousin. He said, it's not your job to take someone to SVP. Your job is to introduce them to the opportunity, okay? And have an environment. He said, you're supposed to have an environment so that they can grow. You're supposed to have an environment so they can grow. Our environment is we have a call every night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, okay? And we have a training at 10 o'clock on Saturday, okay? We created that environment, and we do Zoom calls all the time. So they can grow, okay? But you create an environment. Al has an environment here so that you can grow. Al's not responsible to make sure that Willie Cribb gets to SVP or Darnell Ransom gets to SVP. He's in charge of creating an environment so that you can grow. He tills the soil, he aerates it, he puts some fertilizer down, he waters it, and he puts a seed in it. He's done his job. If the seed grows, it grows. If it don't grow, it don't grow. But he's got the soil ready for growth. It's designed for growth. And that's our job. Okay. So instead of trying to get your brother, your cousin, your nephew, your uncle to SVP, look at it this way. You're trying to look through them. Okay. You're not looking at them. You're looking through them. Okay. So what I want to know from you is, who do you know? I want to know, who do you know? I want to know, who do you know? So yes, I want you signed up. And Tony Cooper's taught us this. He said, I want you signed up. I want you to put your money in, get your IBO number, get qualified. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. But I really want to know if you know Al Thomas. I really like to know if you know Aaron Burke. I really would like to know if you know Chanel Burke. I really would like to know if you know Julian Lewis. I really would like to know if you know some of those people, because those guys are going to take off. They're going to take off. So what we're doing is not trying to create leadership. We're trying to find leadership, okay? If you find leadership and show them this compensation plan, they're off and gone, okay? You'll say you need to be in Baltimore. I think this trip of Baltimore, this will be the most amount of reps we had at a convention. We will have, we're near 25 people for the convention in Baltimore. We're near 25 people, okay, to come to that convention. And then when we go to Florida, our goal is to have 100 there, okay? That's our goal. And we're on the West Coast, on the East Coast, and I don't know, but planes now, you can take you anywhere you want to go. So once your people are in the business and you go through them to see who they know, get them qualified, yes, get them qualified quickly, and then go through them to see who they know. So I went to Sandra. Sandra said she wasn't interested. And then something told me to go back to see her again. I went back to see Sandra again. I said, Sandra, we need to sit down. We need to sit. She said, Curtis, I'm just not interested. I said, so I know that, but I need to know who you know. So I sat down with Sandra, we ate lunch, and we were talking about everything under the sun. But finally I said, who do you know? She said, I don't know. I said, well, Sandra, I can work with you. I'll do the work. I'll help you get started if you can just give me a good list of people. So she said, oh, okay, you'll help me? I said, yeah. So I helped her. And the first person she had a call with, we had a call down in, we had a system called dialing for dollars and all that. But anyway, her first person she called was her sister in Alabama. And her sister, and I might tell you this, her sister in Alabama said, she had the speakerphone on, and she, this is back in the day, we have house phones. She had his phone on and she listened to the whole thing. She said, well, Sandra, this sounds good and it sounds interesting, but I'm not interested. Or her husband, who was watching TV, jumped up from the TV, ran around the corner. He was listening to what his wife was listening to. He said, no, we're looking for something to do. We'll do this. How much does it cost to get started? And I said, $590. He said, we'll pay the $590. We want to start with this. The sister was about to hang up. So the husband didn't do a whole lot. They paid the money. They got started. They got a couple of customers, got qualified. And then they knew a girl by the name of Madeline Smith. Madeline got on the next call. We didn't have a Zoom call. It was an actual phone call. You had to listen in. She got on the next call. And Madeline said, I really like what I heard. What I got to do? I said, well, you don't sign up with the company. You sign up with Sandra's sister. So she got on the website, signed up with Sandra's sister. And she put in 4 or 5 IBOs. One of them was Larry Wells. Larry Wells had just moved to Alabama. He's doing some missionary work down there. And he was from Canada, and he went and called his brother up in Canada and signed up tons of people in Canada. So suppose I had listened to Sandra Brown. Suppose I had listened to Sandra Brown. So you look actually through them, and I can go case after case after case. I'll use one, and so what I'm looking for is a leader. And we're looking for a leader. We signed up Corbett McCrae. Corbett's on the line now, and Corbett signed up Pastor Abraham, and Pastor Abraham just signed up Maria out of New York City. And Maria in New York City, pastor's niece, last Thursday night had 10 people on her Zoom call. And then Friday night, she had 10 more people on her Zoom call, 10 more people. And so she's off and running. She has a ticket for her and her husband to come down to Baltimore to take a look at this convention. And one of the girls that I can't remember the girl's name, but one of the girls she had me on the phone with this morning said she really liked what she saw. She wants to give it a little bit more thought, but she's an influencer. Everyone in her family, she says she had New York is full of her family, and all of them are pastors. Okay. And so how did that happen? How did that happen? It's happening in Maria's organization, and Maria is in Pastor Abraham's organization. Al helped me sign up Pastor Abraham. Al was in Manning, South Carolina, and Corbett brought Pastor to the house, and I think Al signed up 2 or 3 IBOs, helped us with 2 or 3 IBOs that day. So what I'm saying to you is simply this: look through people, okay? Now, you said, well, what happens is down the road, you got this big old organization, and you call this person up and tell them, say, hey, you need to go get your 75 points. And what I did with the guy that signed me up, who didn't do anything in Excel, we had to beat him up to get his 75 points. Him and his wife got their 20 customer points, and I did fairly well in the company. Their house payment was made the next month, their car payment was made the next month, and their utility bill was paid the next month. So if you don't do nothing else in this business, but if you never get it to SVP, but you had your house payment made every month, your utility bill paid every month, and what? And your car payment paid every month. Isn't that worth $224? Isn't it worth trying $224 how many times? One time. $25 a month. Oh, with the $25 a month, you stroking out under $25 a month. Okay, so what I love you to do is look through people. Now, I'm not saying ignore them, but right now their head's not there. So the day they sign up, let's get you qualified today. Tomorrow we need to do a Zoom call with your flat tire people. Now, y'all know what flat tire people are. Those are the people that you can call 1 o'clock in the morning with, you got a flat tire, they'll get out their bed and come help you change your flat tire. Okay, so, and then we have another one Thursday. So what you do is you decide when you're going to have the Zoom call. You're going to have it on Tuesday at 7 o'clock and Thursday at 7 o'clock. Don't let them decide. They'll never decide. Okay, they're employees. They think like employees, and they'll just be waffling around forever about when you say, I'm free on Thursday at 8 o'clock and I'm free on Sunday at 8 o'clock. I need your people on those 2 times, and they'll do it. Okay, so I hope this helps you out, because most of us have not called everybody on our phone. Most of us haven't called and asked a question. Are you open to making any money? The person said, yeah, what is it about? Say, listen, I got an expert that's going to be on the call on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I want you to listen in. His name is Al Thomas. He's going to show us how to make some money. I really like what I saw. Can I put you down? He said, yeah. What is it about? Man, I don't want to mess it up. You need to be on this call. I don't want to mess it up. I need you on this call. Can I put you down? Yeah, put him down. You're going to get a follow-up from Al about this. He's going to call you and make sure you're on. Thank you. And then you say, and he started talking about baseball, basketball, and swimming and all that. You tell him, I got a call coming in, I got to go. And go on to the next call, because you can talk to 2 people and they'll talk all night long about all kind of crazy stuff. You know, and then your day, when you think you did ACN, you talk to 2 people about basketball for that's what you did that day. You didn't do no ACN, y'all talking about cars, basketball, football, something. So I got a call coming in, I got to go. And then get to your next call. Are you open to making any? Hey, Joe, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, listen, I got a question. Are you open to making any extra money? And Joe said, yeah. Okay, Joe, I got an expert. I don't know how I got him, but I got a guy by the name of Al Thomas, and he's going to be doing a call for me. He's going to help us make some money. So I need you on this call on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I can't make it Tuesday at 7. I'll be at a PTA meeting. Okay, what about Thursdays? That's why you need 2 calls. Thursday at 7 o'clock. Okay, I can do that one. And that's what we do. We're in the people business. I mean, it's hard for us to do that when they come up with a new service like this this health share will get you rich. This health share will get you rich, okay? But you're not in the healthcare business, and ACN don't want you in there. They want you to refer people. They don't want you to get security services over, refer people. So that's what we have to do. The nuts and bolts of the business is simply picking people and see, and if they're interested, get them on a Zoom call, okay? So that someone can do a Zoom call for you. It could be a standing Zoom call. If they say, I can't do it, you say, when can you do it? They say, oh, I'm good at on Friday at 2 o'clock in the daytime. Somebody, is 5 people in your group, somebody will be able to do a presentation for you Friday at 2 o'clock. If you can't get them on at night, or you got to meet them where they are. You can't say, well, you need to get out of that bed and just leave them alone. When can you do it? And they say, I can do it Saturday at 4 o'clock. Don't worry, there's a leader somewhere that wants to talk to him Saturday at 4 o'clock. It's gonna take us 15 minutes. We're gonna sort him, see if there's anything there. Do you know any people? No, I don't know nobody. I stay by myself. The phone's in my mama's name. The internet's in my daddy's name, and my security service in the dog name. I don't have nothing in my name. I don't know nobody. So you sure you don't, so sometimes we're working with somebody that just don't know anybody. They're loners. They stay by themselves. It's okay. It's just that this may not be for them at this time. And this last thing I want to tell you before I hang up is the fortunes in the follow-up. They're not ready today. They got a raise today. They got money in the bank today. They bought a new car today. They're happy as a jaybird today, okay? The job is just doing everything it's supposed to do. That doesn't mean that 6 months from now that they're gonna be that happy and they forgot about you. So call them 6 months later and ask them the same question. No, man, I'm still good. Okay, I gotta go. Just do that, okay? So I hope that helps. Now, the secret sauce is like what Stephen Payton said, is to get them to a convention. They need to see the big picture, and you can't do it. Once you got your 10, 15, or 20 people to a convention, then all of a sudden ACN is working for you. You're not working for ACN no more. ACN for that 2 days is working for you. They get a chance to walk around the stadium and meet Patrick and Mike Mazur. They get a chance to meet Al Thomas. They get a chance to shake Tony Kubice's hand. They get a chance to see people like them go across the stage. They'll make a decision that they are an ETL. When they come back, they'll be a RC. When they'll make a decision, I'm a RC. When I get back to the next convention, I'm going to be a RD. They make decisions at these conventions. So you got to get them to a convention. If you can, you got to get them, because generally, if they don't go to conventions, they're not here next year. They're just not here next year. Life takes over and stuff happens, and they're just off. They didn't quit. They're just not here no more. Okay. I don't think they quit the gym, but they pay every month. So I hope that helps you. We're not in the services. We get paid on services every month religiously, but we go through people to get customers, and we go through people to get other IBOs. And then if they do real well, that group does real well, then you come back 6 months or a year later, 6 months later, and tell them, hey, listen, you need to get 75 points. You got $1,000 a month sitting out there. What? You got $1,000 a month sitting out there. You need to get your 75 points. You got $500 a month sitting out there. You need to get 75 points. And then they'll do it then. They'll tear up the world and get it then. Okay? So thank y'all very, very, very much for your time. I hope I didn't run out. I think I'm 1 minute under. So it's 12:30 on this side. And I hope this is something that you can use, some practical information that you can use. So thank you very much. Al, I'll turn it back over to you.